Following the Quad foreign ministers meeting in New Delhi, the four members, India, Australia, Japan and the US, have agreed to jointly build a port in Fiji. The Quad leaders also signed pacts covering critical minerals and energy security as they sought to inject fresh energy into the grouping. The Indian External Affairs Minister, the US Secretary of State, the Australian Foreign Minister and the Japanese Foreign Minister highlighted key areas of cooperation and regional priorities. Discussed during the talks held under India's chairmanship. In fact, the Indian External Affairs Minister said the four democratic nations continued to deepen cooperation across sectors, including business, healthcare, and digital technology, contributing to innovation, prosperity, and regional stability. And he also stressed that the Quad remains firmly committed to combating terrorism, underlining that there must be zero tolerance for terror and that countries facing terrorist attacks have the right to defend themselves.
Our four nations are also market economies. We believe strongly that economic resilience should be promoted, that supply chains should be strengthened, trusted and secure technologies diffused, and production capacities enhanced. Our deliberations touched on the current energy and fertilizer availability, as well as that of critical minerals and resources. The goal is to intensify cooperation among ourselves while also assisting others.
The Australian Foreign Minister said the Quad is increasingly delivering practical outcomes while working to ensure a free, open and stable Indo-Pacific. She noted that the grouping has already advanced cooperation in disaster response, infrastructure development, undersea connectivity, maritime security and critical minerals.
We are also today announcing the strongest ever commitment from the Quad to the Pacific through the Quad Ports of the Future partnership, where we are launching a pilot for port infrastructure in Fiji. We are also working together to strengthen cooperation against scam centres, particularly in Southeast Asia.
Japan's foreign minister said the Indo-Pacific countries must enhance resilience and strengthen their ability to shape their own future, particularly in the area of economic security.
We were able to align our strategic perceptions on regional developments and agreed to strongly oppose attempts to unilaterally change the status quo by force or coercion. We shared deep concern over the export restrictions of critical minerals and others as well. Moreover, as the Iranian situation imposes enormous impact on Indo-Pacific region, energy supply viewpoint included, we confirmed the importance of diplomatic efforts in ensuring free and safe navigation in the Strait of Hormuz.
US Secretary of State announced that the Quad will launch a critical minerals framework, along with a new energy security initiative aimed at ensuring stable and reliable energy supplies among the member nations.
On the issue of maritime security, there are two big announcements. The first is the launch of the Indo-Pacific Maritime Surveillance Corporation Initiative, which is going to leverage each of our country's maritime surveillance capabilities in the Indo-Pacific to enhance information sharing. Related to that, of course, is also the expansion of the Indo-Pacific Maritime Domain Awareness Initiative, which provides and can provide near real-time commercial maritime domain awareness data.
After the joint briefing by the Quad foreign ministers, China reacted to the developments at the summit. China said that cooperation between countries should contribute towards regional peace and stability. It added that the Quad must not target third parties. And for more on these developments, our Assistant Editor Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibal, getting us this report. Take a look.
The Quad foreign ministers met here in the Indian national capital earlier today, with key announcements being announced, including on critical minerals, on maritime surveillance, including in the Indian Ocean region, on energy and on port infrastructure, including in Fiji, the port infrastructure of that country in the Indo-Pacific. In the joint statement, of course, clearly mention of the situation in South China Sea, but a clear message that the grouping is here to stay. There is a momentum, and the fact that this meeting shows the unity between the four countries. But there are questions as well over the next summit. Last year the summit could not materialize, and this year as well there is no mention when the summit will happen, even though the joint statement mentions about all four countries coming together and planning to convene the summit very soon. With video journalist Piyush, Siddhant Sibal for WION in New Delhi.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.